So nearly everyone is frustrated with high fuel prices, whether that's gas for your car or heating oil for your home. We got this question from one of our viewers named Kenny. If we are one of the highest producers of oil globally, he's talking about the U.S., why are we spending so much on gas and heating oil? We took that question to the experts on energy, including University of Houston Energy Fellow Ed Hers.
And the reason is we need to import 7 to 8 million barrels a day to make up what we consume. We just don't produce enough for our own needs.
The U.S. produces about 11 million barrels of oil a day in states like North Dakota, Texas, Louisiana, Alaska, Oklahoma, and California. That's all according to government data. The same data show we consume more than 18 million barrels a day at the gas pump, through heating oil, and more. So we have to import the rest from other countries.
We've been dependent upon imported oil for more than 50 years to make up what we need to produce gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel.
The U.S. Energy Information Administration says the U.S. exported about 3 million barrels a day in 2021 to places like China. On top of that, other countries can produce oil for less money than the U.S. can. Why? Ed Hers, the energy fellow at the University of Houston, says those countries can access oil more easily, and the areas they tap last longer than the ones in the U.S. It takes less time and less manpower, so it costs less money.
The Russians undercut us, OPEC undercuts us, Venezuela undercuts us. We only buy oil because they can produce it more cheaply than we can.
So why can't the U.S. do that? The refineries in the United States are not designed to take in the types of oil we do have. And since there's no longer an oil export ban, it's simply not worth it for companies to invest in the technology when they can buy the oil cheaper from overseas.
It's not that the refineries can't adjust to take advantage of other flows, but it takes time and capital. And if it's just a short-term interruption, they're not going to invest the capital to go and change the setup.
So what does that mean? The U.S. can't refine much of its own oil, and we use a lot of it. That puts the U.S. at the mercy of the global market.
Well, because the price globally has gone up significantly.
When oil prices went up, gas prices shot up too. But now oil is back down. So why are gas prices still high? Part of that answer is because the big companies like Shell, Chevron, and ExxonMobil only own a fraction of the gas stations with their brands on them.
The retailers make their own pricing decisions.
Hers says if the U.S. reinstitutes a limit on how much oil we import, that price could go up and stay up.
Make the consumer face that price decision every day. Once the consumer sees this is not going to change, her behavior will change.
So here's a small shot of hope for Maine drivers. AAA says the price of the average gallon of gas in our state is now $4.22. That's down a little bit from the peak, 10 cents lower than a week ago.